Welcome to Spiritual Catalyst. Since the beginning of time, the heavens have spoken in ways beyond our understanding. In the movement of the stars, in the cycles of the moon, in the unseen hand that shapes destiny. There are those among us who are born with a purpose greater than themselves. Marked by time, chosen by forces unseen. These chosen ones do not select their fate. Their arrival is foretold, their purpose inscribed in the sacred numerology of the cosmos. Across generations, across civilizations, they rise. Visionaries, leaders, healers, and warriors, born on the dates that shape the world: January 1st, February 22nd, March 21st, April 4th, May 8th, June 21st, July 7th, August 8th, September 11th, October 13th, November 11th, December 25th. Across time, these dates repeat, and with them, the souls who bear the burden of divine selection. Before time was measured, before calendars marked the passage of days, there was the rhythm of the cosmos. The stars turned, the planets moved in sacred harmony, and the divine hand of the Creator traced patterns in the heavens. These patterns were not mere decoration, nor were they without meaning. They carried within them the hidden codes of destiny, whispering secrets to those who would one day be born under their sacred light. For as long as humanity has gazed upward, we have searched for meaning in the movement of the heavens. Ancient astronomers charted the stars, believing them to be messages from the divine. Prophets, sages, and mystics spoke of chosen ones, souls marked from birth, sent to fulfill destinies beyond mortal comprehension. And as the years passed, the pattern became clear. There were certain days upon which the world was forever changed, days upon which those chosen by God entered this realm. From the oldest civilizations to the present day, these sacred dates have remained constant, mysterious markers in time, portals through which extraordinary souls are born. But who are they? And why do they come? A slow fade, the celestial scene dissolves, and we transition to a vast library filled with ancient books and manuscripts. The camera glides past parchment scrolls covered in astrological calculations, sacred texts detailing prophetic births. The flickering glow of candlelight reveals a lone scholar, hunched over a table, tracing numbers and symbols onto a sheet of paper. The scholar, whose face remains unseen, spreads a collection of worn documents across the table. We catch glimpses of historical records, birth charts, and names: Moses, Buddha, Jesus, Joan of Arc, Da Vinci, Martin Luther King Jr., and others, each linked to a date. The numbers repeat in an eerie, undeniable pattern. They were born at different times in different lands. Some were shepherds, others kings. Some wielded the sword, others the pen. Yet all carried the weight of something greater than themselves. These are the ones who changed the world, not merely through power or conquest, but through the undeniable force of their existence. January 1st, the birth of new beginnings, the mark of visionaries and pioneers. February 22nd, a day of leadership and transformation, a calling for those who shape nations. March 20th to 21st, spring equinox, a balance of light and darkness, birthing thinkers, revolutionaries, and prophets. April 4th, the sign of justice and truth, carried by those who challenge oppression. May 8th, a date linked to renewal and spiritual awakening. June 21st, summer solstice, a time of divine enlightenment, chosen for spiritual guides. July 7th, the number of wisdom, carried by those who reshape knowledge. August 8th, Lion's Gate portal, a date of immense spiritual power, the rise of those with divine missions. September 11th, a paradox of destruction and rebirth, a day that shifts the course of history. October 13th, the day of the fallen and the risen, a mark of sacrifice and prophecy. November 11th, 11/11ths, a gateway between realms, bringing forth souls aligned with higher callings. December 25th, a day of divine prophecy, the birth of saviors and messengers. These dates are not mere coincidences. They are threads in a divine tapestry, woven through time by forces beyond human understanding. For those born on these days, their lives are not their own. They carry a burden placed upon them before birth, the burden of destiny. Some rise willingly, embracing their purpose with open arms. Others resist, haunted by the weight of expectation. But whether they walk in the light or fall into shadow, their presence shifts the balance of the world. For better or for worse, not all who are chosen seek the light. Some become symbols of hope, others harbingers of destruction. The same stars that mark the birth of a savior may also herald the rise of a tyrant. And so, the question remains, do the stars dictate fate, or does free will shape the course of destiny? Since the dawn of civilization, the heavens have served as a divine manuscript, a celestial book in which the destinies of men are inscribed. The movements of the stars, the turning of the seasons, the unseen forces of the cosmos. Each speaks a language that only the most enlightened can decipher. Across cultures, across continents, the sacred dates have been whispered among astrologers, mystics, and prophets, marking the arrival of those whose fates would be interwoven with history itself. It is said that these dates were not chosen by man, but by the divine, that those born beneath their sacred influence arrive in this world with a purpose already written in the fabric of time. Leaders, warriors, prophets, and sages, all bearers of a celestial burden, all called to fulfill destinies greater than themselves. Key birth dates and their historical/reputed meanings. 1. January 1st, the dawn of renewal. A new year, a new beginning. The first day of the calendar is more than a marker of time. It is a gateway, a threshold between past and future. Those born on January 1st carry the energy of renewal, the spark of transformation. They are visionaries and pioneers, unafraid to tread new paths, to lead where others hesitate. 2. February 22nd, the mark of leadership. A date etched in the annals of power. February 22nd is a day reserved for those who command, who shape nations and steer the course of history. It is no coincidence that those born on this day are drawn to leadership, to the burden of responsibility. From the earliest kings to modern statesmen, they are the ones who bear the weight of the world upon their shoulders. 3. March 20th to 21st, the spring equinox. A balance of darkness and light. A moment of balance, a meeting of opposites. Those born on the equinox walk the line between darkness and light, carrying both the burden of knowledge and the power of transformation. Philosophers, revolutionaries, and reformers, they seek harmony, yet they are often the ones to shatter the old world so a new one may be built. 4. April 4th, the path of justice and truth. April 4th is not a date of silence. It is a date of movement, of rebellion against injustice, of voices that refuse to be silenced. Those born on this day are bound by an unshakable sense of truth, a fire that compels them to challenge oppression, to stand where others fall, to seek justice even at great personal cost. 6. June 21st, the summer solstice, a date of enlightenment. The height of the sun's reign, the moment when darkness is cast furthest away. Those born on June 21st are often seekers of wisdom, carriers of enlightenment, and bearers of spiritual insight. Prophets, philosophers, and visionaries, each touched by an unexplainable knowledge, a deeper connection to the unseen truths of existence. 7. July 7th, the number of divine wisdom producing profound thinkers. 7. The number of divine wisdom, the symbol of spiritual awakening, the path of the seeker. Those born on the 7th day of the 7th month carry the weight of profound thought, drawn toward the great mysteries of existence. The universe has given them minds that question, souls that seek, and voices that reveal truths long hidden. They are the philosophers, the visionaries, the ones who unlock the secrets of the cosmos. Their words shape doctrines, their ideas shift civilizations, their discoveries alter the fabric of reality itself. From ancient sages to modern scientists, they are the ones who bring knowledge to light. 8. August 8th, Lion's Gate Portal. A date believed to bring forth individuals with divine missions. August 8th, the August 8th Lion's Gate. A day when the spiritual and the material align, when cosmic energy floods the earth, awakening those chosen for a divine purpose. It is a gateway through which those with great missions are born, destined to carry the energy of transformation and higher consciousness. Those born on this day are marked by an unshakable sense of destiny. They are called to uplift, to inspire, to challenge the old world and birth the new. Some wield wisdom, others wield power, but all carry the force of divine will. 9. September 11th, a paradoxical date of both destruction and rebirth, linked to world-changing events. September 11th, one of the most paradoxical dates in human history. A day of devastation and loss, yet also a day of transformation and rebirth. Time and again, this date has been marked by world-altering events, forcing humanity to confront its greatest fears and deepest truths. Those born on this day are warriors of destiny. Some bring destruction, some bring healing, but all carry the weight of change upon their shoulders. They are the phoenixes of history, destined to fall and rise again. 10. October 13th, a sacred and mystical date tied to the downfall of the Knights Templar. October 13th, Friday the 13th, a day forever marked by betrayal, secrecy, and the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. It was on this day in 1307 that the Order of the Knights Templar was dismantled, their secrets lost to the ages, their power shattered by kings and popes alike. But destruction does not erase truth. Those born on this day carry within them the echoes of the lost, the knowledge of the hidden, the energy of the persecuted. They are seekers of the unknown, drawn to the mystical, forever searching for the lost wisdom of the past. 11. November 11th, a date of divine alignment, signifying gateways between the earthly and the divine. 1111, the number of divine alignment, the gateway between worlds, the bridge between the seen and the unseen. Those born on this date are marked by an unusual connection to forces beyond human understanding. They are the ones who walk between dimensions, the ones who hear the whispers of the universe. They are the dreamers, the visionaries, the messengers of the divine. To be born on this day is to stand at the crossroads of fate, to be chosen as a vessel for cosmic truth. 12. December 25th, a date of prophecy, most famously associated with the birth of Jesus Christ. December 25th, the date of prophecy, the birth of saviors, the arrival of those who carry the light of redemption. It is a day of divine intervention, when the fabric of history is rewritten by those chosen to bear the message of hope. Whether born in a palace or a stable, whether known to the world or hidden in obscurity, those who enter this world on December 25th bear the mark of something greater. They come not as conquerors, but as guides, leading humanity toward a new dawn. From the dawn of civilization, there have been those born not as ordinary men, but as messengers of something greater. Their words carry the weight of the heavens, their lives unfolding as part of a divine plan. Their birth dates, inscribed in sacred calendars, align with cosmic movements, foretold in the stars before they ever drew breath. December 25th, Jesus Christ, a star burns brightly over Bethlehem. The nativity unfolds, the world changing with the birth of a child. April 8th, Gautama Buddha, a royal palace. A child is born who will one day forsake all material wealth in search of enlightenment. March 20th, Zoroaster. The fire temple glows as a new prophet is born, destined to reshape ancient beliefs. Their births were not accidents, nor were they without signs. The heavens marked their arrival, and their lives were woven into the great tapestry of time itself. The Kings and Warriors. February 22nd, George Washington. A lone figure stands in the cold, gazing at a revolution unfolding. August 8th, Emperor Franz Joseph I. A coronation takes place, the weight of an empire resting on young shoulders. September 11th, Bashar al-Assad. A ruler rises in the wake of global shifts, his fate marked by conflict and power. They are the kings, the generals, the ones who shape the rise and fall of nations. Some lead with wisdom, others with iron, but all bear the mark of destiny, the thinkers and revolutionaries. Not all chosen ones wield swords or command armies. Some fight with words, with ideas, with the sheer force of intellect. Their minds illuminate the darkness, their discoveries shatter ignorance. And like the stars that bore them, their brilliance is eternal. July 7th, Nikola Tesla. A laboratory glows with electricity. A lone genius lost in his vision of the future. October 13th, Margaret Thatcher. A woman stands before the world, her leadership shaping the course of modern history. March 21st, Johann Sebastian Bach. A young composer presses his hands to the keys, his music transcending time. They are the ones who redefine reality itself, who challenge the world not with force, but with the power of the mind. Throughout history, the alignment of the stars has coincided with the birth of those who would change the world. The same planetary movements, the same celestial cycles, occurring again and again, foretelling the arrival of those marked by fate. The significance of celestial alignments. Solar eclipses at birth, the moment of Jesus Christ's birth. The sky shifts into darkness. Other prophets share similar celestial events. Lunar conjunctions and visionaries, great thinkers born under rare lunar conjunctions. Tesla, Einstein, Aristotle, all marked by a similar alignment. Mars and the warriors, great military leaders and revolutionaries. Napoleon, Washington, Caesar, all born under strong Mars influences. They whisper their secrets to those who listen, weaving patterns across time. Those who are born beneath these signs are not ordinary. They are chosen. Cluttered office. A desk covered in old newspapers, maps, and research notes. The walls are adorned with timelines and pinned photographs of historical figures, all linked by strings that converge on a single, mysterious pattern. The camera moves past the scattered papers until it focuses on a framed certificate. Dr. Michael Carter, historian and researcher, specialist in ancient civilizations. It began as nothing more than a curiosity, a forgotten footnote in a research paper, a name that appeared one too many times in the annals of history. Dr. Michael Carter had spent his life piecing together humanity's past, unearthing long-buried truths. But what he had stumbled upon now was different. It was not just history, it was a pattern, a code woven into time itself. Michael leans back in his chair, rubbing his temples. His eyes scan the screen, where a list of dates glows against the dark background. He absent-mindedly reaches for his coffee, but his hand trembles slightly. Michael, muttering to himself, January 1 ST, February 22 ND, March 21 ST, April 4 H. But why? Why these dates? His eyes linger on one date in particular, his own birth date. A chill runs down his spine. And then the realization struck. His own name was among them. His birth date was part of the pattern. The moment of discovery turned from fascination to something deeper, something personal. Had his entire life been guided by an unseen force? Was there something in his past, in his very existence, that had drawn him toward this mystery? He exhales sharply, pushing away from his desk, pacing the room. His heartbeat is audible, matching the ticking of the old clock on the wall. He suddenly stops, staring at an old book on his shelf. A gift from his late grandfather, a man who had always spoken in riddles about divine timing. He pulls the book from the shelf, flipping through its pages. His fingers stop at a handwritten note in the margins. Look to the stars. The past is written there, and so is your future. His eyes widen. He needs answers. He needs to dig deeper. Seeking answers, Michael turned to those who had studied the mysteries of time and fate. Scholars who had spent lifetimes deciphering sacred texts, astrologers who mapped the heavens, and individuals whose lives had been shaped by the dates of destiny. A religious scholar. Oh, the Bible speaks of divine appointments, moments in time when history is altered by the birth of a chosen one. Look at Jesus, born on December 25th, or the prophets whose arrivals were foretold. An astrologer. Oh, these dates align with planetary movements that have influenced world events for centuries. They are not mere coincidences. They are signatures in the heavens. An elderly woman, born on July 7th. Oh, I always knew I was different. Ever since I was a child, I felt the weight of something guiding me. It is as if I have lived many lives before this one. Michael scribbles notes, his mind racing. Each person confirms what he already suspects. The pattern is real. The question remains, why, and what does it mean for him? This was never meant to be found. These records were hidden for a reason. Michael's search led him beyond the limits of conventional history. He uncovered texts that had been suppressed, whispered rumors of secret orders that had protected this knowledge for generations. The Templars, the Freemasons, the lost scholars of Alexandria, they had all known. The deeper he dug, the clearer the truth became. The knowledge of these sacred dates had been buried, protected, hidden from the world. Not because it was false, but because it was too powerful. And why had fate placed him among them? The burden of destiny. Michael sits across from a man in a quiet cafe. The man, mid-50s, eyes burdened by the weight. I spent 20 years researching this before I realized I was one of them. Do you know what that does to a man? To look at your life and wonder if it was ever really yours? If every decision you made was orchestrated. The resigned one, a woman, born on July 7th, sits in a candlelit bookstore, flipping through esoteric texts. "Oh, I don't fight it anymore," she says. "The number 7 is the number of wisdom. I see things others don't. It's a gift and a curse." The skeptic, a man, born on February 22nd, a political strategist, laughs dismissively. "Oh, so you're telling me my birth date means I was chosen? No thanks. I make my own destiny. I don't need the stars to tell me who I am." The fearful one, a young artist, born on September 11th, eyes filled with torment. "Oh, something is wrong with me. Everything I touch turns to chaos. People say I'm bad luck. Maybe they're right." Michael, now fully committed to his investigation, stumbles upon the existence of groups that have studied the sacred dates for centuries. 1. The Keepers of Time, an ancient order, protectors of the knowledge. Their role: to ensure the balance remains undisturbed. 2. The Shadow Council, a secretive organization that has used the knowledge of the chosen ones for political and economic power. 3. The Silent Observers, an unknown faction that neither interferes nor protects, only watches and waits. For as long as the chosen ones have existed, so too have those who seek to control them. Some guard the knowledge, believing it too dangerous for the world to know. Others exploit it, bending fate to their will. And some will do whatever it takes to keep the truth buried forever. He had spent years searching for the answer, unraveling clues, chasing whispers through the corridors of history. But now, standing in the presence of the final revelation, Michael realized that he had never been searching for knowledge. He had been searching for himself. His fingers trace a passage written in Latin. Temporis custodes, the keepers of time. Below it, a prophecy that sends a chill through his spine. When the stars align and the cycle completes, the chosen shall awaken. Their names written in the fabric of time, their destinies bound to the fate of nations. One shall uncover the truth, one shall hold the key, and one shall decide. Will the world know, or shall the secret be buried once more? Michael steps back, heart pounding. The truth is clear now. The sacred dates were not just coincidences. They were markers, signals of divine intervention. Every chosen one throughout history had been part of a greater design, orchestrated by an unseen force. And now, standing at the precipice of history, he was faced with a choice. He lifts his phone, his thumb hovering over the screen. A single call could change everything. He could reveal the truth to the world. Let humanity see the pattern, understand the design. But would they be ready? Would they embrace it? Or would they seek to control it? Michael turns sharply. A voice emerges from the darkness. Choose wisely, Carter. Some knowledge is not meant to be shared. Michael clenches his jaw. He looks down at the prophecy, then at his reflection in the polished stone. He takes a deep breath. The answer is clear. He takes a deep breath and stands. He doesn't need to expose the secret to the world. The truth is not in the prophecy. It's in the choices each chosen one makes. And his choice is clear. Michael stands on a rooftop, gazing at the city skyline. The stars above shimmer, aligning in patterns he now recognizes. He smiles not with fear, but with peace. He doesn't have all the answers, but he doesn't need them anymore. He understands now that fate is not a prison. It is a story waiting to be written. He had found his place in the cycle, but the story was far from over. For as long as time moved forward, new souls would be born, new chosen ones would rise. Some would embrace their destiny, others would reject it, but all would leave their mark upon the world. Like, subscribe, and share for more updates.